Okay, here's another full body dumbbell workout. Let's start with some shoulder rotations. Starting with your palm facing forward, you're going to rotate it back, and with your pinky facing forward, and then reverse it. We will be doing each exercise for 50 seconds with 10 seconds rest. And the first circuit we will do 3 times through. The second circuit we will do 2 times through, and the last circuit will just be 1 time through. Okay, finishing up here on the left side. Turn your toes out. You're going to have soft knees and just do a hip hinge with your arms extended. Now drop your left arm, lift your right arm to the sky, twisting from your mid back, and then switch it out. Again, each side. Take your arms back by your ears and then stand back up. Come down into a low primal squat. Take your right arm to your left ankle and twist open with your left arm to the sky. Left arm to right ankle, right arm to the sky. And let's do it one more time each side. Okay, walk it to a plank and then walk it into a standing forward fold. Come up to stand and then walk it back out. Core engaged. Walk it back in and rise. Walk out. Stay at a down dog. Come up on your toes, and you're just going to bring your knees to a hover to tap the ground, and then back up on your toes, drop back at your heels. Come up on your toes as far as you can, drop your knees to tap, come back on your toes, and then drop your heels. Let's go through that again. Now bring that right leg to the sky, open up your hip, bend your knee, do a few hip circles. You can do a couple one way and then reverse it, do a couple the other direction. Go straight into the other leg, open up the hip, bend your knee. And then come back to a down dog. Walk it back and roll it up. Okay, get ready, get your weights ready. You need some heavier weights and some light weights, possibly a middle weight. Just have handy a few options. You're going to take your heavy weight or either 2 weights, hinge like you're doing a wide-legged RDL, and then drop your glutes into a squat and stand. So you hip hinge, squat, stand. Press your glutes back and then drop and stand. So this is like a little wide-legged RDL to squat combo. Make sure you're keeping your spine neutral. Think about a very long torso from your tailbone all the way to the tip of your head. Inhale and exhale. Okay, rest, and we'll move into the next exercise. And we're just gonna do these little squat hops. So you're in this squat, you're gonna place your hands in front, hop to the front, and then hop back. Spend a few seconds in that stretch, moving around before hopping back. If it's a day you've got a lot of energy and you want to speed it up and get a lot of hops in, go for it. Okay, now grab some weights, maybe some moderate weights. I have 20s this day for reference. Hinge at the hips, keep a flat back. And you're going to be doing a alternating row. So think about leading with your elbow and pulling that weight up, even with your side. Think about engaging your back, using your lats. Try to keep your gaze down, a couple feet in front of your feet. Exhale as you row, inhale as you lower. And set those weights down. You're going to step back into a plank position and do push-ups. You're going to do 10 push-ups. You can do these modified, and then you are going to jackknife, bringing a knee to nose, alternating sides. And then back to the push-ups. Knee to nose to finish it off. Okay, bring your arms out to a Y, and you are going to lift your arms, really thinking about bringing your scapula in towards the midline and down. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. Don't forget your core. Keep a tight core, some engagement in your abdominals. Okay, now we're going to start that circuit over for the second time through. We will make some minor changes. This exercise is the same, wide leg, toes slightly out. We're going to hinge as if you're doing an RDL, and then drop your glutes into a squat and stand. There should not be any rounding in your back. Remember to inhale here. You're going to exhale and lift your pelvic floor, engage your transverse abdominis as you stand. Okay, place that weight down. And this time we're going to do more of that gorilla hop from side to side. So you will hop laterally, place your hands in the middle, and then hop to the other side. You can add knee drops as you hop to the side. You can hinge forward, shooting your glutes back, keeping your heels on the ground. Just use those moments in the squat to really get into those hips and those ankles. All right, great. Grab those 2 weights that you used for the dumbbell rows and hinge at the hips with a flat back. Exhale as you row and pull the weight up. So keep it very controlled on the eccentric and the concentric portion of the exercise. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Your tummy should not be just spilling forward, but you should be maintaining engagement, especially of the low abdominals, the low Okay, placing those weights down. We're going to come back down to the push-ups. We're doing 10 push-ups. This time, why don't you try to bring your arms really close to your sides into a tricep push-up, and then shift back into a dolphin pose. If you can't go straight from the push-up plank position to the dolphin pose, you can go back to a down dog and then drop your elbows to your forearms. Remember, when you're doing a tricep push-up, you should feel your arms brush against your sides. Okay, rest. Now we're going back to the high Ys. Arms extended. Okay, bring it up, and here's our last time through this circuit. Get your heavy weight, moving back into that wide-legged RDL squat combo. Okay, now go ahead and switch weights and go straight into that row. So hinging here, you just alternate rows. We will do the little frog hops next. We're going to change it up a little bit. Okay, place the weights down. And come to the back of the mat. We're going to do 2 hops. And then 2 hops back. And then add that stretch, hinge forward, keeping your heels on the ground, and then move back to the hops. Okay, we are going to do scapular push-ups this time. So inhale, exhale, engage your core, and then move to a plank position. You're just going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and then press them apart by pressing the floor away. We'll do 10 of those. Okay, now open up to a side plank, and then open to the other, and then move back to the middle, and do the scap presses again. Okay, this time instead of Y's, we're going to do T's, so bring your arms out straight to your side, and you're just going to lift them up, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Do not think so much about lifting your arms, but instead think about squeezing your scapula towards the midline, and then your arms are just along for the ride. Okay, now get a heavy weight. We're going to be doing single leg bridges. So extend your left leg. Try to keep your pelvis neutral and even. Don't let it drop. As you exhale and lift your hips, you are engaging your glutes on that right side, and you should also be engaging your core with that exhale. we're just going to move straight into the other side. And go ahead and start. Okay, you may want to get a medium to light set. We're doing Arnold press, so starting with your pinkies in and your palms facing you. And you're just going to rotate as you press them up overhead and in with your thumbs in towards each other and your palms facing forward. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Make sure there is no arching of your back. Make sure that you don't feel your rib cage flare forward or thrust forward. Now you're going to grab one weight and do bicep curls, so hold each side. Inhale and then exhale as you curl. Slowly lower and curl. Okay, last exercise in this circuit, we're going to do some alternating tricep kickbacks. So go ahead and hinge your hips, slight engagement in your core, your upper arms even with your sides, and you're going to exhale as you extend your arm, squeezing your triceps, the back of your arms, to extend at the elbow, and then slowly bring it back in. So you exhale as you extend and squeeze, and inhale as you bring it back in. Okay, get ready to move back through that one more time. Let's go ahead and get your weight, lie down, extend your left leg and squeeze and lift. Trying to touch the ceiling with your left toes. Not only are you working to do that hip thrust to extend your hips, you're also have a lot of muscles around the hips working to stabilize your pelvis and keeping it from dropping. So make sure you're working them and you're not allowing your pelvis to teeter-totter from side to side. So right toes, you're trying to touch the ceiling. Okay, place that one down. Now hop up and do Arnold press. Remember, keep your knees soft here. Low transverse abdominis, engage, lifted. Exhale as you press overhead. Now, if you aren't able to take them overhead without your back arching and your ribs thrusting forward, it may mean you're lacking some shoulder mobility. You may want to try to do one side at a time. You may want to take it to a kneeling position. Okay, get the single weight and exhale as you curl. Inhale as you slowly lower. Go ahead and swap out your weights and get ready for the alternating tricep kickbacks. Okay, we're moving into our last circuit. It is an abdominal circuit. We're going to start with dead bugs to make sure your deep core is firing. So your abdominals should be braced. So think about wrapping your transverse abdominis, think about your low TAs, lifting as if you're pulling your pelvic bones towards each other. Look, you should not be arching your back at all, but keeping your spine neutral and your core just tight. So then think about those middle TAs. You're really drawing them in, pulling that belly button to your spine, and also bringing your ribs in and down. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. Okay, you can let that brace go as we switch to the next exercise. Inhale, exhale, engage, and come into that hollow hold, and then tuck. So if you ever feel like your transverse abdominis needs to let go in this, then drop and rest and restart. We do not want this to be a rectus dominant exercise. So core is braced, but you exhale as you tuck. Okay, come down. And we are going to do an alternating toe tap with a twist. So you tap your left foot, twist to your right side. So same with the others, make sure that your TAs are engaged. Exhale as you twist. Okay, we're going to move into a regular crunch, but what I want you to think about is first you are going to engage, think about your low TAs, bringing them in, pulling your belly button, flattening it out, and then you crunch. So exhale, flatten, crunch. And you can hold that brace and keep them flattened out, and that allows you to crunch quicker. Otherwise, you can inhale, relax, exhale, engage those abdominals, really pulling them in, and then crunch. These are just really tiny baby crunches. Okay, last exercise, we're going to move into a forearm plank. So engage your core. Once you feel like it's tight, move into that plank. Bring your right knee to your right forearm. Not your forearm, your tricep. And then your left. So right knee up, bring it back. Left knee up. Tap that tricep. Or pretend like you're going to tap it. You do not actually have to do so. Your core should be braced throughout this entire exercise. Should be no arch in your back, no spilling forward. And rest. Now we're going to move through some stretches. So starting this cobra. Come back to a child's pose. Okay, turn the tops of your feet to the ground and sit back on your heels. I'll turn to the side so you can see. You can lean back to get a bit of a more stretch. Really feeling this in your tibialis anterior. Here's the option to take your hands up by your knees, and you will Exhale, engage your core and lift your knees. Otherwise, you can just sit in that position, sit on your heels as we were before. And then push back to a down dog. And that right leg high. Step it all the way through outside of your right hand. Be in a lizard pose, drop that back knee. You can come to your forearms. You can hold here. There's always the option to take that right hand and press that right knee out. And there's the added option to grab that left foot and bring it in towards your glutes. Wherever you are, I want you to work your way up into a low lunge and then move into that half split. Take the left arm down and the right arm up to a twist. Make sure that right hip does not lift. And then curl the back toes, lift to standing, and you can adjust, hopping that foot in. Once again, make sure that left hip is not shifting forward. Now move into a Cossack squat. And then move to the other side. You can use your hands. Okay. Now, curl your toes and sit on your heels. You'll feel this in the bottoms of your feet and your toes. Here, place your hands down and go right back into a down dog. Using your left leg to the sky, stepping it on the outside of your left hand, moving into the lizard pose. Drop the back knee. Option to come to your forearms. Option to take the left hand and push the left knee away, coming on the outside of your left foot. And then option to grab that right foot and pull it in towards your glutes. And then come up to a low lunge. Straighten out that front leg into a half split. Right arm down, left arm up into a twist. With that back knee, adjust as needed. Make sure that right hip isn't moving forward, but you're keeping it back. Now move into the Cossack squat on the left side and then just drop down. Now move into that 90-90 position, knees and hips at 90 degrees. So first I want you to think about that whole lower leg, think about pressing it into the ground. Okay, now rest, hinge forward, passively stretching. And then come back up. And you're gonna try to remove your arms and hinge forward. So just take your arms behind your back. You're just trying to remove them from the equation. If you need to use them though, feel free to use them to provide as much support as you need. Okay, now slowly transition to the other side. We're going to go through the same thing. So think about pressing that lower leg into the ground. So 60%, 70%, 80%, as hard as you can press it in, and then relax and let it go as you fold over as much as you can to get that stretch. But remember, do not force any pose. Okay, now we are hinging over. So a very active stretch here. Okay, take it back to the middle. Take the bottoms of your feet together. First, we're going to start out with our hands on our knees. You're going to press your knees into your hands and your hands into your knees. Intensify it, squeeze harder, and then let it go. Now press that left knee down, passive stretch, right knee down. You can try to press both down. And then hinge forward. From here, round your back as you round up. Go ahead and move on to hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. I'm going to do a slow cat-cow. Really articulating the spine. Now tuck your tailbone, round, round, round. Press the floor away and tuck your chin. You can rock back and forward. Now bring it all the way back into a child's pose. And then move into a puppy pose, keeping your hips over your knees. Work to bring your chest towards the floor. And then drop back to a child's pose.